Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are here with the ban list reaction for the new October ban list for the TCG in Yu-Gi-Oh! Haven't seen it, just know that it's out. Let's hop into this. October 3rd is effective from October 3rd, 2022, which is in about a week. Okay, so, let's see. Fairy Tale Snow. They banned it. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, this needs to be the case in Master Duel. Please ban this card. This card in particular, I think was one of the reasons why Terra Element happens to be so very good. And the best deck. Just being able to dump Snow and then have that additional interruption made things just so much more problematic. Same with like Branded being able to just dump this and then you have that as well. Fairy Tale Snow being being banned. 100% sure. Fantastic. Moving on. Ronin Toten banned. What? Sprite just came out. Ronin Toten's not banned in the OCG, is it? I think it's like limited to 1 or something like that. Or like Swap Frog is limited or something like that. I don't know how I feel about this. This seems so very interesting. Reason being, Sprite is still very new, and like I understand banning the toads or like hitting the frogs and stuff like that, but Ronin Toten, really? That's the one you go okay. I guess. Ugh. That's probably the worst hit that I've seen from Splites or for Splites. I would have banned the Totally Awesome, but okay, I guess not. Toad is A-okay. Alright, moving on. Crystron Halqifibrax is banned. This one was not a problem with most decks. Again, this is another hit to Splite. Splite's still not even the best deck. So hopefully they actually hit some Terra Element cards as well, notably some Dangers. But it looks like they didn't ban any actual Dangers. Luckily, Maxi is still here. But yeah, Crystron Halqifibrax is banned. This is very good. I do think Crystron Halqifibrax needed to be banned. I think this was obviously the problematic card. And people will say, oh, Chaotic Magic Dragon, or Chaos Dragon, the Magical Ruler, whatever it's called. I forget the exact name. That one probably deserves to be banned. And I'm like, no. In reality, it's Crystron Halqifibrax. This is the problem. It being a Link 2 means that Splites can abuse it in order to go into Gigantic Splite, while also bouncing back a hand trap with the Swap Frog. Now, without the Swap Frog, Ronin Toten payoff, there isn't really a reason to play the Swap Frogs. And with Crystron Halqifibrax, you're also not going to be playing that. So I'm wondering what Splites will be doing. Okay. I'm not how do I put this? Chaos Ruler being banned makes sense, but I'm not necessarily a fan of it. I don't think it's a problem at the moment, but I do think that it would be a problem in the near future. I think it's probably fine without the Crystron Halqifibrax, but I do understand, like, oh, with the Punk stuff, like, you can go into this and then, like, hey, that's a free mill 5 kind of thing. And, like, if you were to play, like, Punk with the Terra Element stuff, you reveal a Terra Element, and then you're just able to fusion summon using the Terra Element since it was sent to grave. So I do understand this. With the Terra Element, it's pretty good. But I do think that the problem isn't this card, it's the Punk stuff, and more specifically, Emergency Teleport. Emergency Teleport is a 1-card Chaos Ruler, so I do think it's the Emergency Teleport being able to just get you full combo, basically. Though I do think that this would inevitably become a problem, similar to things like Hulk and the like. So, understandable, not too upset about this. Kind of funny how few Synchro cards are limited or banned. Red Reboot! Red Reboot was banned! Woo! Red Reboot is a terrible card. It is a poorly designed card that is supposed to help you going second to stop opponent's back row so that you can play the game. What it ends up doing is winning you the game by entirely shutting out your opponent's back row for an entire turn as you OTK them, which means that they basically can't do anything, and since it is a counter trap that can be played from the hand, you basically get to go uninterrupted, which can be very, very dumb and very annoying. So there's that. One thing we need to note, for some reason Mystic Mine is not on here. I don't know why. Konami does this with their formats. There is a very easily identifiable problematic card that they choose not to ban or just do anything with. Maxi in Master Duel and the OCG, and Mystic Mine in the TCG. Mystic Mine is the problem. Mystic Mine is the problem. You cannot say that you just need to prepare for Mystic Mine, because Mystic Mine creates so many advantage states for decks that are like right on the verge, as well as decks that are already top tier, that realistically Mystic Mine does need to be banned. I think this is a sentiment that most people can get behind, and I've seen Jesse Cotton and like a whole bunch of other like top tier players be like, you just need to prepare for it. And yeah, you do need to be prepared for it, but also Konami should definitely have banned it. It's a problematic card that just kind of wins games, steals games by itself, and along with things like Dimension Shifter, as well as the Mystic Mine and the like, makes it very problematic to just like play against those decks. So there's that. Red Reboot being banned, though, I do actually like. It wasn't really doing anything, but I do like it being banned. Moving on to the limited. Blackwing? No. I don't know how I feel about this. Granted, Crystron Halqifibrax is in fact banned, meaning that the tuners that generate more advantage can come off of the list, but Steam the Cloak happens to be one of the better tuners. So I don't know how I feel about this. It does generate a token, but then again, Crystron Halqifibrax is gone. I don't know. I'm just so in the mindset of like, oh no, Crystron Halqifibrax, this card's crazy. It generates a token. It's a tuner. But now it's like, it's a tuner that doesn't have access to Crystron Halqifibrax. What's the likelihood that this does anything? Probably pretty slim. So yeah, in all honesty, probably fine. Cyberjar is also a fine inclusion. Cyberjar is annoying, but other than that, it's really not that big of a deal. Mega Phantom Beast O-Lion was forbidden, also now at 1 Substitute. Oh, okay. They brought off Substitute because Ronin Totem was banned. Meaning, if you go Substitute and, like, you're able to get materials into the grave, you don't really have a way to generate cards onto the field because Ronin Totem can't continuously bring itself back. So, this does make sense, but I'm not exactly happy about it. I don't know. I think Substitute is ripe for a ban because anything with a non-hard once per turn feels ripe for abuse. Similar to Engage and the like. So, yeah. I'm a little hesitant on this one, but I don't think it's that bad, seeing as Ronin Totem is banned. Anything else? Spellbook of Judgment was forbidden and is now limited. I think seeing how this has basically unaffected both Master Duel as well as the OCG, this does make sense. And Appointer of the Red Lotus is now limited. Okay, I guess that... I don't feel like this card was doing... it was a good side deck card to be able to, like, see specific cards in your opponent's hand and potentially rip out problematic cards. But, like, so few people played this. I don't understand why this was the hit versus something like for example, Gozen Match or Rivalry or one of these floodgates that oftentimes sees more competitive play and ends up topping or winning events because of that fact, that it is just a floodgate that, specific decks can play around, like Rika with, is it Rivalry? I think it's Rivalry. And the like. So, okay, sure. And all of the unlimits, the Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter, Ben 10, for some reason, this card should be banned. I don't understand why it's off the list. Okay. Shooting Ricer Dragon being unlimited, sure. Fusion Destiny is unlimited. Nadir Servant, Trickstar Light Stage, and Wall of Revealing Light all being unlimited. So, all in all, I think this ban list was okay. I like the Fairy Tale Snow limit. I like ban. I like the Crystron Huckafibrax ban. Chaos Ruler's fine. The Rodent Totem's fine. Red Reboot ban is good. All of the stuff coming off of the list because of Crystron Huckafibrax and the Toad ban. Spellbook of Judgment. Pointer of the Red Lotus is the weirdest one. All in all, it's okay. The biggest problem with the TCG right now is, in fact, the Mystic Mine. It's Mystic Mine. That is the problematic card, and it's really, I don't want to say destroying the format, but it is really warping the format. You basically have to be able to out the card, or be able to play it yourself. So, there's that. It's just a little bit too, it's similar to Maxi. It's a format warping card that you have to be prepared for, and you have to have the outs too. And Konami just chooses to ignore the card and say, no, it's fine, because it's quote-unquote keeping combo in check, or keeping these higher power level decks in check, when in reality, most of them are also playing the card. For example, Runic Splight is a format, or is a version of Splight that is taking advantage of the Mystic Mine and the ability to just play under the Mystic Mine by like decking out your opponent. And yeah, so Mystic Mine is very much so the problem. Anyway, that's all. Hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.